Yo, can y'all hear me? Is oh my god, that don't look good. Let me see if I can fix that. Okay, there we go. All right, we good now. Okay, I think we good now. Um, all right. I think we good now. I don't know if we get. I don't know if we live on TikTok, but we should be. All right, man. Um, make sure everything is up and good. Because if it's up and good, we can start going.
Do you think you're a heartthrob? I don't type shit. Okay.
Mm. All right. Well, we got. Let's see if we see. This is what be messing up, man. I don't think we live on TikTok. Don't look like it. Hmm. Even if we not, I got an idea. Even if we not, there we go. Even if we not, let's get to it. So it don't look like we live over there on TikTok. Nah, but whatever, we not. That's cool. Okay. All right, F it. So I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna check out a TikTok live, right? Cause it's not live over there, right? And we're gonna make it live right here. We'll go live on my cell phone. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make it work, y'all.
I'll text you who wins.
There we go. Can we stop? She ghosted me. That's what we're gonna do, y'all. Why that's up there? All right. So I'm assuming y'all can see me. Um, so we got all that right there. We got my camera right here. So I do apologize for this. We are going to be on a couple different platforms at one time. All right. So we here now. We here. Let's catch up. Let's get it right. Let's get right. Um, if you see me, if you're on my TikTok, the reason why I got this on is because I'm streaming on like 4 different platforms right now. So let's get to it. Um, I'm gonna start this off by saying I'm not a ladies' man per se. People have said dumb stuff to me like that before. I'm definitely not a ladies' man by any stretch of the word. Not even close, bro. So I don't want nobody to ever think that. Like, it's not to say I don't, you know, not to say I don't get my fair share of attention, but I damn sure ain't no ladies' man. I can tell you that for sure. Like, it's not even close. And shit, don't let any of the muscles, don't let none of that shit confuse you either, cause I damn sure get my feelings hurt just like everybody else as well. You know, a lot of people tend to want to, should I make this bigger? This little joint right here. Should I make it bigger? I guess we could do that. So I see y'all popping in over there on TikTok too for this story. It's embarrassing. I'm gonna tell you right now. This story makes me. I don't get sad when I talk about it, but I be embarrassed when I talk about it because not that everyone's not susceptible to it. Everyone is susceptible to getting their heart broken. I don't give a fuck who you is or none of that matters. Everyone here can get their heart broken. So this is why I'm gonna have this story. And I'm gonna be honest about all the cornball shit I did in the middle of the story. At the end of the story, I did some cornball shit in this story, man. I panicked and I didn't handle this thing, and I didn't handle it right. I'm gonna say that I did not handle the story the right way. Shout out to Young Kermit for the likes over there on TikTok. I did not handle the story the right way, bro. I promise you. I dropped the ball because there were several times where I could have did something a little bit different that would have changed the power dynamic, that would have let me kind of get out of it on a more graceful manner. But I went out bad. I went out crashing out bad, man. Um so I was talking to I was talking to this chick. We me and her talked at probably I think it's fair to say we talked on two different occasions. The first occasion we talked, she ended up leaving for she ended up going home for the summer because we both were in college, and she left. Um, but then she obviously came back for the semester. Um, and so she came back for the semester. In like September or whatever. And when she gets back, she's like, lie to you not, y'all. Lie to you not. I'm gonna be real. Um, she gets back and like she did like little shit like she would text me at like 5 in the morning. I'm like randomly 5 in the morning. Like, and to this day I didn't know what that meant, but she would text me like 5 in the morning, like hey, or I miss you or something like that. And I'm sitting there like, what the fuck? Like, how why you text me at 5 in the morning? Right? Because by this point in time, she's gotten back from, she had her summer. We weren't really talking over the summer, so she did what she did during the summer. I could tell you from personally, I could tell you my personal perspective, I didn't do anything over the summer. So I I was pretty much a hermit. Um, so she did whatever she did over the summer, and yeah, so she did whatever she did over the summer. So she hit me back when she got back. It was like, cause she got her clothes. She ended up getting her clothes, whatever. Um, and then after Boruto better than DBZ, I never even seen Boruto, so I don't know. But so she gets her clothes. She had a couple pair like a couple shirts over here or something. But then she would text me on different occasions at about 5 in the morning, which I did not understand. In my mind, I'm like, yo, you must be like laying next to a dude. It didn't go well, so you just decided to text me. I'm like, something ain't right, cause like, who does that? And it was like she probably did it maybe 3, 4 times. So I was like, so me being me, I text her back, and I'm like, yo, whatever you dealing with now must have fell through if you text me at 5 in the morning. Because obviously I'm not that important if that's the only time you can think to text me at 5 in the morning. And so and she's like, no, didn't fall through. Nothing fell through. I just really do. No, I'm like, man, I ain't trying to hear that shit, man. And then she did that maybe 2, 3 times. So I want to say maybe on the third time that she did that, I kind of cracked. So I'm like, all right, well, if you really do care, if you really are into me, right? Why aren't we talking it? Like, why aren't we like in it? Why aren't we going out? Why aren't we hanging out? Like, why are we not doing this? You know what I'm saying? Because cause I'm starting to fold because I did like her. I'm be real with you. I did like her. I had a heart for her for real. And so, um, I'm like, why aren't we talking it? If you care about me, and I've been single this whole time, right? Why aren't we talking it? So, we yeah, this shit, I don't know, this shit just embarrassing, bro. I ain't gonna lie, it's embarrassing because I know better. That's why this is so embarrassing for me because I know better. So I'm like, all right, man. Like, so I think I called her one night or something like that. I called her at one night, some point like that, something, and we're talking, and I'm like, all right, let's go. Let's go get food tomorrow. I'm going grocery shopping. Let's go get some food. So we go and get food. She introduced me to her friends, which was like, I'm like, this is different. Introduced me to her friends, and so after that, we go grab groceries. We hang out for the rest of the night. Have a great night, like a really good night. And then my car gets a flat that night, and then she drops me off at work that next day. Now up until this point, I was just telling y'all, I wouldn't really hear from her, but she would text me randomly at 5 in the morning. like really a really random time, which didn't make sense to me. But she would text me 5 in the morning, and so she drops me off at work in that morning, and she already told me she was gonna hang out with her friend. They was going to the club. She told me that like a week ago or so. Which I'm not a club person. I kind of think clubs is dumb as shit unless I'm getting paid to be in there. But that's neither here or there. She go so she drops me off at work that morning about 9 o'clock, bro. I didn't hear from her. I didn't hear from her until the next day at like 1 in the afternoon. I think the last time that day she texted me was 5 in the afternoon. She didn't text me back. Um. So I ain't hear from her until like 1 in the afternoon. Is your mom and dad black? If you don't mind me asking, I know everyone asks that shit. Is my mom and dad black? Why you ask me about my parents' race? Racist. What makes you ask me that? But so yeah, I don't hear from her until like the next day, and then after that, the text from her progressively got later and later. Now, mind you, this is the same young lady who I was talking to the semester before, who had been recently texting me at 5 in the morning. So her texts are getting like it's going from 5 hours to 10 hours to 2 days in between texts, and I'm confused. I'm like, what did I? Now I'm sitting back. I go into the whole questioning. Like most people, you start questioning yourself. Like, damn, what did I do wrong? What did I make a mistake at? What's up? Like, what did I do? But ultimately, the facts of the matter is, um, it really don't got nothing to do with me. And that was something I had to accept. Like her movements when she started maneuvering the way she was, it really didn't have nothing to do with me, right? And so when I'm noticing this, I start kind of calling her out on it, which was the wrong thing to do. Fellas, I'm telling you right now, if you notice a chick is getting more distant, um, that was more distant, and you used to have a friend that was albino in elementary. I'm not albino. I'm not albino at all. Albinos don't tan. They burn. They have no pigment. I'm not albino. So I don't. I'm not sure how that pertains to me because I'm not albino. But so anyway, back to the story. So I start calling her out on that, which is the wrong thing to do. Obviously, she knows she's not texting me. Um, so obviously she knows she's not responding to me or calling me or texting me. Like she's not. It's not like she doesn't know. So there's no need for me to call her out. What I was supposed to do was just cut ties. I wasn't supposed to ask to hang out with her after that. I was supposed to just say, all right, man, I'm out. Like just move on because obviously she's not into me. Obviously, or there's someone else coming back. Like there's something there. But whatever it is, she's not into me. My friend had white hair, but you're close. Um, yeah, that's a intriguing question. My hair's not white. By definition, I'm a ginger. But my hair color has nothing to do with my race. That's why I get confused about the question. Just for context, y'all, some guy over there on TikTok, I think his name's Chino, asked me what's the race of my parents, and just for context, guys, my hair color and my complexion has nothing to do with that. Um, Nothing to do with it at all. But um, so to get back to the story, that's what I was supposed. I was supposed to just like sever ties, but me, I was so broken, I was so hurt. Like in my mind, that time that we spent together and all that, in my mind, I'm like, all right, we locked, we good. Like we was talking about being a couple for some time now. We should be good at this point. And I guess because I had uh, mentally had invested into that so much, just mentally I had put so much into that. Because mind you, we did talk a couple of months before the summer happened. She went home and then we kind of re engaged. Although there were some red flags there and whatever, but yeah. So I guess what I learned is that I actually really cared about her a lot more than I thought, and it wasn't mutual. So I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I did the corniest shit you could do. I blew her phone up. Um, I blew her phone up, bro. Fellas. I blew her phone up. Never do this shit, man. I'm telling you right now. Don't ever do that. Never do it. I did that nut ass shit. Worst thing to do. I did that. I blew the phone up. Boop, 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 boop. Yo, what's up? Why you acting like this? I'm on some corny ass. This is nut shit 101. This is shit you don't do. This shit you don't do. If I had a homie that said, bro, I'm gonna just text her, man, I'd have slapped him. You know what I'm saying? Because we know what's up. We know that she ain't into you. Or if she is into you, it's not more than whatever else she got going on. Like you just ain't you not top dog right now. And so I'm on some nut shit. I'm sending text after text after text, man. And she's like, I'm not home. Y'all know the drill. You know the drill when a woman was into you and then she's not. We know what happens. So I'm getting played like a fiddle right now. I'm getting played, man. And me being so emotional at the time, I'm digging myself deeper and deeper. I'm going deeper and deeper in the hole. If this woman released those screenshots and them texts, I'm gonna look like the corniest dude in the world, man. The corniest dude ever, man. The corniest dude ever. And so I got ghosted. It was a bad job. And at one point she ends up saying via text, because at first she was trying to say, "Oh, I don't be on my phone like that," which is bullshit. You've been around me a bunch, so I know that's not true. But then she just ends up saying, "I just didn't feel like texting you. I just didn't feel like talking to you." So, and I'm like, damn, like it just, like that shit hurt, man. It hurt, and I think a part of why it also hurts is that, like particularly for a man like myself, I work very hard. So typically, when I don't get the outcome I worked for, I go one of two directions. I'm not good enough, or I didn't work hard enough. So this situation really stung a lot. Also, considering the fact this is another element I didn't tell you before, I was considering not talking to her because I saw some red flags. And I had a couple of friends of mine, two friends of mine in particular, who have a very checkered dating history, by the way, said, nah, man, you should definitely give her a shot, man. I know you got all the clinical stuff and this, that, and third, but you should just give it a shot, man. And so, and I'll think back on that, like, damn, I shouldn't listen to them either. I should just like with my gut. Um, so long story short, this same young woman ends up hitting me up. Um, no, what did she end up doing? She ended up doing something else. I ended up downloading Tinder. So after I sent the barrage of texts and we not talking, and she, whatever, downloading Tinder. She swipes right on me on Tinder. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what? In my head, I'm like, what kind of game is you playing? Like, and so pretty much she had me on a string. She had me on a fiddle, bro. And I had pretty much set myself up to fall bad, and I fell bad. And so that just be a lesson to all of y'all, man. When you talking to a woman, or ladies, if you're talking to a guy, or whoever you're talking to, doesn't even matter the gender or sex or whomever it is. If you find them ghosting you, man, especially if they're not your boyfriend or girlfriend, you find them like just not responding to you amicably, like on a regular basis. If you cut the ties, man, like there's nothing to ask questions about because they know they're not texting you. You know they're not texting you. They know they're not calling you. You know that they're not answering your calls. What is there to talk about? They say that some people say that's poor communication, right? But that's not poor communication. It's poor communication on their behalf, but they're not obligated. They're not obligated to explain to you why they may have lost interest, or maybe somebody else popped up into the picture. They're not obligated to do that. They're not obligated to do it, right? And also, if the tables are turned, you're not obligated to do that for them. I'm a firm believer that at this point you gotta be following your gut, man. Your gut ain't gonna lie to you. Your gut is telling you something that your mind can't do. Your gut just got an instinct in it, you know. And I'm a football player, man. I'm an artist, so I have to follow my gut in a lot of ways. My gut has never really led me wrong. I ain't never been on a football field and my gut would say, "Hey, cut left." I cut right. I ain't listening. I'm cutting left, just like my gut said. So in that situation, man, I panicked because I realized it was going in the direction I didn't want it to. And by me panicking, man, I made it worse than what it was. The outcome was going what was going to be. Whoever she wanted to pursue, whoever she wanted to pursue instead of me, she was going to pursue them regardless. There was nothing I could say in those text messages that would have changed that. Not a damn thing. Not a damn thing, man. I play wide receiver, kick return, and punt return. I'm currently an NFL free agent, so. But yeah, so there's nothing I could have said in those messages that would have changed that. That was what it was gonna be, and that was the hardest part about the entire situation. Was that I felt like, damn, I lost again, man. I thought I was gonna have a girl, fucked it up, man, or I messed it up. It really ain't got nothing to do with me. I didn't mess anything up. Like, ain't got nothing to do with me. Nothing. Like, I could say I messed up, but that was her decision. So getting ghosted in that moment, it was so fucking painful, bro. It was painful as hell, bro. This was like a dagger to the heart. Um, and so yeah, that was painful. But what I can say is that, fellas, and I need y'all to listen to me real quick. I need you to listen. And there's gonna be people out there tell you not to listen to what I'm telling you right now. I need y'all to listen real clear. I mean real clear. Whatever your goal is, whatever your dream is, whatever that passion is, as long as it's legal. Follow me? As long as it's legal. Whatever that is, prioritize that. Prioritize that. And the reason I'm saying that is because when you prioritize that, when you follow that passion, when you jump off the porch, as we say in the hood, right? When you get off the porch and you go chase it, right? The people who admire you, the people who really love you, the people who want to be around you, they're going to you pursuing your passion will pit those people around you. Now you're always going to end up around snakes. It's going to be snakes around you, vultures around you. You better point them out pretty quickly. But the purpose in you following your purpose, right, is that you're going to find people that want to be around you, and they're going to do what it takes to be around you. In terms of dating, how does this apply to dating? The way it applies to dating is, I think most people who are watching me right now, who are going to see this video at some point, have been pursued by someone else at some point, right? I've been pursued by women before, right? There's a big difference in when she's pursuing you and when you're pursuing her, right? There's a big difference. And we all know what it's like when a woman is pursuing us and when she like genuinely like us. That's a different ball game, right? When you are in your hustle mode, when you are in your grind mode, you're going to be more likely to find women that do that. But when you're downloading dating apps, when you're consistently looking for a relationship, you will find yourself in chase mode all the time. And trust me, I get it, fellas. I get it, because I'm going to be real with y'all, man. I'm a hopeless romantic. I wake up next to cats every day. I want to wake up next to a woman, just like everybody else do. I want to wake up next to a nice, beautiful, soft woman, man. You know, and we slept so good that night, her bonnet and fell off behind the bed or some shit like that. I want to wake up next to that, man. Just like every other man. So I say all that to say, like, before you prioritize the relationship, go chase that goal, man. If you got a good woman on your side already, take care of her. Seriously, take care of her, because it's not a lot. It's some you'll find there's a lot of shitty women out here. You know, but you got a good one on your side, take care of her. But if you don't, you like me, you a bachelor, and go chase that hustle, man. Have you noticed when you leave by school, everybody split some? I don't even know what that mean, bro. I don't even know what that mean. Um, but go chase that. Go chase that, man. But that was. I'm telling you, man. That's what happened. That's what happened. And you know what? I'm grateful it happened, because it reminded me that, yo, I gotta focus on me, bro. Gotta focus on what I gotta do, and I gotta follow my gut, man. I can't question something that that probably knows what's best. Man, I questioned that. I questioned my gut, like man, shut up, man. Nah, my gut was telling me this wasn't gonna work from the jump. My gut was telling me that the whole time, bro. The whole time. I ain't listened one time. I ain't listened one time. Like, I ain't listened one time. Gut was telling me it wasn't gonna work. Shit, I ain't wanna hear that shit, man. But you know what's even crazy about this? I'm not gonna miss this part. This is the craziest part about it. How do I get my hair to look like yours? I was born this way, bro. So I can't really tell you that. Yeah, I was born this way. I can't really tell you that. So so while me and her were talking, I was getting random text messages telling me, "Yo, bro, she ain't really your girl. She fucking on you. She moving on you. She ain't really." I'm getting random texts. She was getting the same text, but they was telling her like, "Yo, you a whore. Stop messing." Like all kinds. So we both getting these texts from the same number, and um, she would get mad about the text, whatever. I just said block him. Like I just blocked him. I ain't really paying no mind. She was still getting texts. I really wasn't, but she was still getting texts. And what ended up happening, and this shit blew my mind. What ended up happening was about 1 o'clock in the morning, a few weeks after that, I get a Facebook, Instagram call from her. She called me on Instagram. I don't know why. She said, "Are you texting me from a text now number?" I said, "No, I'm not." I said, "I'm not texting you. Like, what are you talking about? Why?" I said, "You called me on Instagram. Like, what are you calling me for? I got cat hair on my face." And she's like, "Oh, well, I'm getting a call from a Instagram. I'm getting calls from like a text number, a text message from a text now number." I'm like, "All right, well, it's not me. So what you telling me for?" And she said, "Did you get my message?" Y'all want to know her message said? Her message said, "I missed my period." Let me tell you something. To this point in my life, my two ex girlfriends both got pregnant by me. They were legitimately pregnant by me. And although, generally speaking, unprotected sex can lead to pregnancy, we know that there's a specific act within unprotected sex that makes pregnancy more likely. I did not do that particular aspect that I'm referring to, which I won't say here because I don't want to be demonetized, right? And also her timelines didn't add up. So when she said that to me, I said, "Yo, I don't know why you telling me that." She said, "What do you mean?" I said, "Well, you was definitely fucking on somebody else around that time." Like I'm like, that's not my business. I said, "That's definitely whoever else you was fucking with. That ain't mine." I said, "If you are pregnant, it definitely ain't mine." And she said, "No, it was just." I said, "No, I know better. I know better. It definitely ain't mine." And so, um, I said, "If you are pregnant, then you can get a paternity test around month." I forgot what. There's a certain point you can get a paternity test while they're pregnant. I forgot what point that is, but I'm like, I'll get the paternity test at that point. If it's mine, then yeah, I'll do it. But I said, but if it ain't mine, shit, which I know it's not. If you are pregnant, then long story short, I ended up texting her maybe a week or so after that, and to my knowledge, my number was blocked. Um, um, but from what I've seen, because we live very close. We live within like 7 minutes of each other. She's not pregnant now. So, but I say all that to say, y'all, listen, man, chase the goals, man, not the girls. Chase the goals. Because you end up doing nut ass shit like I did. You end up being a simp or a nut ass dude like I did. I took a major L. That was it hurt my pride more than anything, but it was a major L, bro. It was painful. It was painful, bro. And that's not the girl because a girl is on her shit with a mate. That's a girl in the moment, not a girl. Just think about the future. Yeah, it was again. That was a very painful moment. But yeah, I got one. Very painful moment. Very very painful moment for me. Something I definitely. I'm not gonna say I regret it, but I can certainly live without that experience. I'm one of those guys. I don't think you have to go through everything to some people say, oh well, that's your experience, you had to. I'm like, I ain't had to go through that, yo. I could have lived without that experience. A lot of people like, no, I could have lived without that. I didn't have to go through that one. But because I went through it, I can give you guys the game. You guys don't have to go through no shit like that, yo. I'm telling y'all. If you find out that she's being distant, that she's not responding to your texts or your calls, stop calling her. Stop. Just stop. Don't overly invest. Don't overly indulge. Because there's nothing you can do or say that will convince this woman that you can't convince them of that. It's not your job. It's not your job. So I mean, that's one of my I got a lot of ghosting stories. That's one of them. That's the most recent one of me being like flat out ghosted. No, I don't consider being ghosted when you match with someone on a dating app. I talk for like a day and I just stop talking. That's not ghosted. Ghosted is when to me, is when you guys have started building something, start talking, and then it just, yeah, that's ghosted. Yeah. So, yeah, man. Yeah. Whew. Definitely that's something I can forget though. I can't forget that one. Can't forget that one at all, man. Can't forget that one at all, y'all. That was a tough one. Tough pill to swallow for sure. Tough pill to swallow for sure, man. All right, Joe. No, all right, all right. Tough pill to swallow for sure, man. Yeah. So there we go, man. But look, y'all, I'm hopping off this thing. Just want to give y'all my little story. Thank you guys, and remember, hey fellas, focus on the goals, man. Focus on the goals, man. Chase the goals.